So I was at work the other day, and this old man came in to eat, and he was all by himself. I mean, he was like old enough to be a senior, but he wasn't real old. Like, he still had a pretty, like, decently, like, youthful face. Anyway, he had a hat on, and it was just a black baseball cap, and it just had some, like, letters on the front in white. And I was like, it was kind of small, so I'm kind of squinting to see it because at first, I swear to God, it said sex. And I looked again. I'm like, no way, that's really what it says. And I look closely and I'm like, oh my God, it really does say that. So it's like, so this old man walks around with his sex hat and he's just kind of, doing his own thing. I guess he didn't realize he had it. And every time he walks by, I laugh because it's like this old man's wearing a hat, and it's like in this really cool, like, tattoo font, too. It looks like it's a tattoo. Like, it looks freaking sick. Right? I'll show you what it looks like. So, this is the hat. And so I'm thinking, like, like, this old guy's wearing a sex hat. So every time I see him, I laugh, and eventually he leaves. And I had to tell somebody about it, so henceforth the drawing. And I came home and I told my mom about it. So I'm telling her the story, right? And I'm like, and he's got this hat and it's black, and it's, written in white. And it looks like it says sex. And she's like, wait a minute. She was like, that sounds familiar. So I showed her the picture. And she goes, oh, I've seen that hat before. That's White Sox hat. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. This was a hat that was custom made to say sex. She goes, no, Google it. I Google it, and sure enough, she's right. It is a White Sox hat, the baseball team. And she said, she laughed, and she said she always thought it said sex too, and she always wondered why the boys in her class wore a hat that said sex and didn't get in trouble when she was in school. But she had long since forgot about it. And then I guess I made the discovery myself the other day. Alright, the story doesn't end here. So my dad comes home, and I tell him the story. Before I even get to show him the picture, he goes, oh yeah, it's a White Sox hat. And not only that, but then he continues to show me a picture, very conveniently available in the living room, in a scrapbook of one of his friends in a car from, like, the 90s, wearing the very said hat. And he's got a big old smile on his face. And then I showed him the drawing, and he laughed. So I guess this is a universal, like, experience where we will see this hat, and our first impression, because the font is some kind of, like, punk tattoo graffiti font, where the O and the X are so very carefully intertwined that it literally looks like it says sex. And so I'm pretty sure the designers did this on purpose, and it's one of those unspoken kind of phenomenons that we just kind of forget about. But let me know if this has ever happened to you. I literally was like, that is the coolest hat I've ever seen in my life. Where can I get one? Would you wear a sex hat? Let me know.